Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Big City Greens Season 1 Episode 21 called Uncaged, and this is a double segment episode. I know this is supposed to come out on Sunday, but I had stuff to do and I'm in college and priorities. But today's Wednesday, so I'm going to get episode 21 definitely out today, which is what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna try to do episode 22. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. So I can get episode 21 and 22 out today, and I can get the rest of or at least what I have of the Ghost of Molly McGee season 1 episode titles. I'm not I think it's the rest of the first half. I'm not sure, but that's gonna be on Friday, and episodes 7 and 8 will be Saturday and Sunday. But enough about that. I'll talk about that later in another video. But anyway, what we actually I think spoilers. Obviously, I don't think I really say that in episodes, but basically spoilers. We have her name, Nancy Green. Okay, I like the name, and we saw her face at the end of what was it? Phoenix Rises, and she was in there for Blood Moon, Forbidden Feline, and Big Deal, or that Thanksgiving episode, which should have been double segment, but I guess you guys kind of liked Forbidden Feline other than Blood Moon and the Thanksgiving one, because it's like up by 2 more views than the other ones, even though it's not by much. I still count it, so like, oh, okay, I guess you guys liked it better than I did. But anyway, we actually start before. I'm not sure if this happened before. It might have. I just don't remember. But before we actually get the theme song, we actually get to see Nancy, and I forgot if it said like I had a date on it, but it was a long time ago, and you see Nancy on a motorcycle, really cool, and she goes through like a farm, or like not really a zoo, but it herds cattle, and she like breaks in there, disables the cameras, and she's like, "Oh, you're looking at the poor cows. Oh, you poor cows. Don't worry, I'm gonna bust y'all out of here." And the cows look at her jacket and say, "Oh, no, don't worry, this is fake leather." So I guess she's wearing a cool jacket, and she releases the cows. And oh, go. So she did like a heroic thing, but those weren't your cows. Since this is her first episode and establishes like who she is, and this is her first big episode in season 1, because we already had crickets with Cricket Versus, we had Bill's with Backflip Bill, we had Alice's with Grandma's License, we had Gloria's with Critter Balls, we had Remy with Remy Rescue, which is still the most popular review and video on this channel. Still, there's another Big City Greens video kind of reaching towards it, but still more popular. And we had Tilly's first big episode with Tilly's goat. So now we have Nancy's, called Uncaged. Okay. And the reason why it's not Phoenix Rises is because she only had a few lines, and she had a face reveal like at the very end, so I don't count it. Even though she was there, I don't count it. Anyway, and basically she like releases the cows and stuff, and she goes on a motorcycle to get her keys, and she drops a wallet, and you see Cricket and Tilly that has like babies, and I'm like, oh, so cute. And she's like, oh, and then the cops arrest her, and she's like, dang it. And you get the intro. Nancy's not in it, but since we're reading the second half of season 2, I'm sorry, season 2, we're not there yet. Season 1, I'm not gonna count against them since we're already in the second half. I won't count against them. Well, I'm gonna be explaining how like the first half and the second half works when I get to season 2 or season 3. It's complicated because they split it into like 3 parts, but I'm not gonna do that for season 1, season 2. So technically, I originally like didn't lie about it, but like it's like a weird thing where there's like part A, part B, part C. So technically, like, this would be like the mid-season finale, but I'm not gonna change anything because it's gonna be a whole bunch of confusing. But for season 3, I am gonna change it. Like, I'm gonna call it like the court season finale. I'm not gonna talk about it today, but I just thought you should know. Like, I looked through the creators. Isn't this supposed to be the mid-season finale? Technically, yeah. It's complicated because episode 21 is not half of 30, so I don't know what you're gonna do. But anyway, I just want to get the discussion over with. But where were we? We see Cricket and Tilly as babies. So, how long ago was this? So Cricket is 10, and he looks about like what, 2 or 3? So like 7 or 8 years ago. Oof. And the cops arrest her, and we get the intro. Nancy's not in it, but okay. And Andromeda's not in there either, but we don't see her that much. Tilly's best friend, and we actually get to see like title called Uncaged, with like bars and stuff. And we actually see this is where we left off in Phoenix Rising because Remy's here, and I guess Mrs. Remington, Russell and Rochelle, let Remy stay the night, so that makes sense. And basically, and Tilly's like, wow, mama, like you did all of that, and and Nancy's, I think paying Phoenix, which is kind of cool. Oh yeah, those corporate farmers locking up those poor cows. Like I couldn't just stand by, and she gives like a sort of good lesson. I don't know if it's a good lesson or not. She's like, hey kids, when you see an injustice, you do something about it. And Bill's like, well, yeah, that's a good point, but the law is important too. And I'm kind of both sides. I'm like, ugh. And then Cricket's like, oh yeah, my mom is the coolest, breaking rules. I'm 2 rebel peas in the rebel pod. And then what did Tilly say? I'm a cauliflower or something. And Nancy said, oh, you 2 look like chicken tenders to me. Which is pretty cute. And then, and Remy's the audience is saying, oh wow, the loving family we grown to love over the past months is gonna change. The family dynamics is gonna change. Well, you living here, Mrs. Green, we're the audience, and it gets kind of not ruined, but hope we get surprised. And I was just like, well, actually, Bill's first off, Bill's like, actually, Remy, Nancy and I are, and Alice is like, divorced. And she's like, and it will be a cold day in Hades when Bill's no good criminal ex-wife lives in my house. And Bill raises a good point. Ma, Nancy paid her debt to society. She can walk free now. And and Cricket's like, yeah, Grandma, leave her alone. And and Grandma's like, all I know is a prison bird doesn't change her stripes. And Nancy's like, Alice, I know we had our differences and everything. And she's, you can shove your differences up my... And Remy's like, look at me, little Remy. Like, I guess he probably thought it was like a swear word or something. And where I'm like, was she gonna say swear word? Probably. But I'm kind of like, should you have interrupted her? I don't know. Because the difference between Alice and Nancy is that both adults, Remy's still a kid, so I'm kind of like, I'm gonna kind of have to demonetize you for that one, to take a point off. But anyway, and then then Bill's like, that's a good idea. Remy said, I should go home. It's a family discussion, and Bill's like, good idea, Remy. Do you want me to take you home? Drive you home? Well, that was pretty sweet. And Remy's like, oh no, Mr. Green, my bodyguard Vasquez will pick me up. He taps in the super watch. And Bill's like, oh, so is he gonna come in? Or he's super spy, goes through the window. He's like, thank you, Mr. Green, for showing Master Remy a hospitable evening. And then goes into the helicopter like super ninja. And then he's like, bye, Tilly, bye, Cricket. And you see the helicopter. And Nancy's like, what? And then Cricket's like, until he's like, bye, Remy. And Cricket's like, he's got a lot of money. And Nancy's like, anyway. A friend of mine, we don't know who this friend is, which is fine. A friend of mine, hooked me up with a place to stay. So I don't need to stay here. That's very sweet, but, I don't need to stay here. Cause tension. And, and Cricket's like, wait, you got a place here in Big City, Tilly? And Tilly's like, really? Can we stay here? Well, can we visit? And and then Nancy's like, well, why don't you guys stay tonight and come over? And Nancy's like, oh, if it's okay with your dad. And I think that's very important because Bill is in custody of the kids. I'm pretty sure. I'm not into the logistics of the whole situation, the divorce agreement. I don't know, but I'm assuming because Nancy was in jail, Bill's in custody with the kids. I'm assuming it kind of makes sense. And he's, oh, is it okay with your dad? Which is good. Thank you, Nancy. And I'm talking to her, not Bill. And Bill's like, oh, I don't know, Nancy. He's kind of a little worried. And Nancy's like, Bill, you trust me, right? And Bill's like, well, yeah, I guess. And then Nancy's like, all right, come on, kids. And basically they go into the motorcycle, and Tilly and Cricket put on their helmets, and as they're about to go off, and then Alice is like, Bill Green, what are you thinking, letting your kids go off with an ex-criminal? Big mistake, Bill, big mistake. And Bill's like, please be careful, Nancy. And then they drive off, and I'm kind of liking, because over throughout season 1 we've seen Alice does not like Nancy. In Cricket Versus, she said, oh yeah, she wrestled a cougar, but she kind of said it in a dismissive way. And there was like another time, what was it? When Nancy showed up, she had like not like a surprise face or a happy face. She kind of like a type of face. There was probably like another time I'm forgetting, but yeah, Alice is not like Nancy, and we kind of got hints. This is not just out of the blue, we know. But and basically Bill's like, please be careful, and they drive off, and basically they're doing shenanigans and stuff. And they go inside a yogurt shop, and Nancy's like spilling the yogurt into her mouth. That's no cool, and they don't use cups, and put yogurt in Cricket's hair with sprinkles. Nancy tries on a suit, looks pretty cute on her. And she can dance with the top hat, and the kids go on top of a piano, and the guy playing it's like, what the heck? And Nancy kind of ruffles his hair a little bit. He blushes because Nancy's hot. But Nancy, did you have to do that? And basically there's like a big teddy bear that says do not touch, and they're obviously jumping on it. And there's a big cage of balls, and Nancy opens the cage and basically being a rule breaker. And there's mannequins, and we're the heads and stuff like that. And then Nancy, they screw a fire hydrant, and Nancy gets another tattoo, and I think Tilly also mentioned something about tattoos or something. I don't know exactly, but basically. And then Nancy's like, okay, kids, what do you want to do next? And then Cricket's like, Mars. Have they colonized Mars yet? Let's colonize Mars, because remember that's what he said in Remy Rescue, to live on Mars. And now you brought it up, like, can kids go to Mars yet? And Nancy's like, oh, I'm sorry, kiddo, no, I don't think so. And Cricket's like, oh, let's go to the zoo, the big city zoo. And I kind of like it where I forgot what Tilly was wearing. Maybe she wasn't wearing anything, but Cricket and Nancy are alike. And sorry. And basically, what was it? Nancy's like, oh, Cricket, come here, my little lion cubbies. They're both wearing lion hats, and you're like, rah. And Nancy bites into Cricket's like candy apple or something, and he's like, hey now. And she's, oh, sorry, kiddo. And Nancy is an okay mom this episode. Okay to good. It transitions because she's like, oh, hey, sweetie, don't eat that cotton candy so fast. And she's like, oh, don't worry, mama, sugar doesn't affect me. And I was like, okay, that's gonna backfire. And she's eating cotton candy. He's like, oh, jeez, sorry about that. And she's laughing, and then she's, I'm the animal queen. And Nancy's like, yes, you are my Tilly girl. And Nancy's like, hey, Cricket, how's your dad? How's he doing? And Cricket's like, oh, he's doing okay, but he still won't let me use the chainsaw. And Nancy's like, what? And Cricket's like, yeah, I know, it's preposterous. No, that's totally reasonable. Cricket, you cannot use the chainsaw. Oh my goodness. And and then and Nancy's like, oh, I'm glad you and your sister are having a blast here because I didn't mention this before, but seeing these animals in cages, it's freaking me out. Oh, look at this orangutan over here. Oh, I forgot to mention these. Tilly said, "Oh, Mama, look at this orangutan. It looks just like you." And then Nancy's like, "Oh, because of my red hair," and she's like, "No." And she's like, "Mama monkey, Mama monkey, Mama monkey, Mama monkey." And that's when Nancy said, "I'm glad your sister's having a good time here, but all these animals in cages, it's freaking me out. All the life this guy, missed out on being behind bars and ain't right." Kind of referring to her. And Cricket's kind of like Nancy. Could be a good thing, a bad thing, and it shows that this episode, and they grow from it, which I like. They do it well. And Cricket's like, "Well, why don't we do something about it, huh? Like 2 rebel peas in a rebel pod. Like, come on, let's break the animals loose." And Nancy's kind of like, her mannerisms, she's like, "Oh, that would be pretty slick, but Cricket, you're a good kid. You need to stay that way." And then Tilly's like, "I'm gonna release the giraffes." And Nancy's like, "Tilly, put back the ladder." And Cricket kind of has like a face. And this B plot, oh my goodness. They're both like scrubbing dishes, Alice and Bill, and we actually get to see what they're up to in Alice's house. And she's like, "Bill, I so can't believe you let the kids go off with Nancy. I can't believe you." And she keeps on talking about, "No, jeez, Grandma." And he's like, "Oh, you made a mistake." And Bill's like, "Oh, Bill, what were you thinking? What in the heck were you think? You're losing your grip. How dare you?" And he breaks the plate. And it kind of reminds me of The Incredibles when Mr. Incredible Bob broke the plate because he's so strong. And Alice is like, "What's wrong with you?" And Bill's like, "Nothing, Ma. There's no reason to worry about Nancy and the kids. I'm just gonna go to bed, Ma, because I'm tired. I'm so tired." Oh my goodness, that face. Oh my goodness. I really sometimes. But basically, we go back to the A pot and and then Tilly and Crick, we actually go to Nancy's house. It's a motorhome. What are you gonna do since you were in prison? And the person who owns the house where your kids are out, the grandma doesn't like you. But I guess your friend did the best because the inside of the trailer doesn't look bad. But it's not even an apartment like where Gloria is. Hey, it is what it is. Like, you have to live life. It's kind of pretty realistic. Kind of reminds me of Boy Meets World, where Sean grew up in a trailer park. It is what it is. And he didn't move out of there until there was like a situation. I don't want to spoil too much, but he got an apartment, a dorm when he. Or was it an apartment? Yeah, it was an apartment. Sorry, when he went to college. So that's pretty cool. But enough about Boy Meets World, even though we talked about it for a little bit. And your Nancy is cooking up dinner like a sort of a responsible parent. She's like, he's Crick and Tilly's like, "Oh, Mama, what are you cooking?" And she's, "Oh, all your favorites: asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, all healthy." And Crick and Tilly's like, "Whoa!" And Nancy's like, "Just kidding, pancakes for dinner." Obviously, like once a year, I think that'd be okay. Once a year, like having this. And then, and Cricket Tilly's like, "Oh, we missed your, pancake dinners." And, and Nancy's like, we what was it? Cricket was a frog and Tilly was a raccoon or something. I forgot. And then, what was it? And, oh yeah, and your mama's a mama bear because your mama bear is back in town. Hit her pancake. And then, it's like, "Oh, we missed your pancakes dinner so much, Mom." And and Nancy's kind of playing with Tilly's hair, putting it behind her ear, and she's like, "I can't believe of how much I missed out on." And then Cricket's like, "Well, I don't think we missed too much." Ooh, I'm sorry, background noise, whatever is happening in the hall, but and Cricket's like, "I don't think you missed too much while you were gone." And Cricket's like, Nancy's like, "Are you kidding me? Look how big you guys got. How did you guys grow up to be such good kids? It must be from your papa because you're nothing like me." And Cricket takes it the wrong way. Nancy meant it as a compliment. And Cricket basically has his eyes awake. And he's like, Tilly, are you awake? And she's like, who's to say? To say yes. Ugh, whatever. And, Cricket's like, I just can't stop thinking about what Mom said. She thinks we're good kids. And Tilly's like, is it not a good thing? Which raises a good point. And Cricket's like, no, it's frustrating. She thinks we're nothing like her. See, to take a wrong context. Whatever. And, they're kids. And, we need to prove that we're cool rebels like her. See, Nancy's snoring. Relatable. Then, I don't think I snore, but to other people. But, Nancy's wearing, cool, a black top as her sleep shirt. Okay, I thought it was pretty cute. And, basically, until it's like, what are we going to do? We're going to end transitions to the zoo. We're going to rob the zoo. Well, we're going to release it. Not rob. We're going to release the orangutan from the zoo. And just like the audience, still is like, whoa, I need to mentally prepare myself for this. Because if it was just a regular, 11-minute episode, then we'll just spend time in, Nancy's, trailer, her mobile home. But they're doing this whole, release the orangutan thing. They need to make it longer, so you kind of have to understand, which I'm cool with. And Nancy actually gets special treatment because the very first, this is the first big character, what was it called? Big character episode. This is the first double one. And also, I forgot to mention Andromeda's was Gargoyle Gals. That was a Andromeda big episode. And Chip's first big episode was what was it? Supermarket Scandal. So okay. Was it Supermarket Scandal or was it Feud Fight? Maybe it was Supermarket Scandal. Yeah, it was one of those two. I probably said it in the video, did the review of those reviews. But anyway, Tilly's like, I need to mentally prepare myself for this. And then they go inside the zoo, and they're gonna basically go. They distract the guard because Tilly makes peacock noises. And the night guard, the patrol guy, he's guards the animals. The zookeeper, he's like, I need to do a rap. Is that soothes the animals? Does that work? I'm not sure. He's like, okay. I don't like rap too much, so if you like it, okay. And he basically runs off, and then he goes inside the kind of reminds me of Vasquez's office in Rescue Remy. I'm sorry, in Remy Rescue. In Remy's mansion. It kind of looks like that. It looks different, but similar. But which one releases the ranks? Let's push all of them. This one releases fish for a polar bear. This one floods the toilet. Like, why would that be there? Okay, sorry. And then and Cricket is basically like, oh, how about this one? Until he raises a good point. Cricket, that plate is probably shielded. That button's probably shielded for a reason, And Cricket's like, yeah, probably reason, but rebels don't listen to reason. Boop. And then he doesn't boop, but he just pushes the button, and it releases the orangutan. They see it through the screen. Like, oh, cool. Let's go see it. Sorry, excuse me. It releases all the other animals too, and as the kids are opening their eyes, like lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! I'm not sure. Were there tigers? I don't know. I just wanted to make that reference. And birds and and other stuff. They're being released, and monkeys, and turtle. So and they're all being released, and the zookeeper's like, and he's like, ah! And then he's just running, and then also elephants also, and basically the kids are like, and the zookeeper's like, ah! And Cricket's like, oh, Mr. We can explain, because as being like a good kid, because he was raised by Alice and Bill, and he's like, oh yeah, you better run. And Tilly's like, we give up pretty strong rebel vibes. Yeah, sure. And then they're like, this animals and they're just stampeding, and we better go. And I think run back. Oh wait, no, they actually hide first. And Cricket's like, Tilly, please tell me there's a silver lining. And Tilly's like, well, I think this proves that we are not good kids. Yeah, Cricket, you didn't. They go inside the mobile home to turn the lights on. Like, mom. And she's like, oh, kids, like, what are you doing? Hey, what's up? And it's like, mom? I got good news. Some good, some bad. Some not so great. We did good, we released we released the orangutan from the zoo. And she's like, you released a wild animal from the zoo? Oh, that's bad. What's the good news? And he's like, that was the good news. Tilly, you want to take it from here? She's like, we made a big mistake, and we not only released the orangutan, we released lions, polar bears, elephants, birds, monkeys, a turtle. And she's, no. I want you, the kids, to stay out of trouble. I want you to be good kids. And he's like, you're good kids. And Cricket's like, stop saying that. Cricket just doesn't like the idea. And then, and Officer Keys is there. I forgot to mention he made an appearance after Remy left, where he's like, oh, I have my eye on you, because he's on his patroller skates or whatever. And he knocks on the door. He's like, hey, Nancy, I need to talk to you, because all the animals have been released from the zoo. And he puts things together. We didn't see it, but remember, Nancy released all those dairy cows because, it's not right, technically. Morally speaking, ethics, politics, whatever, is involved. But it didn't, so since the animals are escaped, he somewhat suspected would be her. He's kind of against her. Is that all the animals have escaped? I need to talk to you, answer a few questions. And then Tilly's like, I resist the officer. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna resist against you. You can take me. And Nancy said, no, kids, there's one way to give up. There's another way to use the secret exit. Just like Cricket. And then Cricket's like, you have a secret exit too? I also have one. We're the same. And, and Nancy's like, no, we're not. Like, Nancy just wanted to push it. I'm kind of like, why does she want to push it so much? Since she doesn't follow, since we saw in the montage, she doesn't like rules. She released the cows. Why is she pressing so hard for the kids to be good? We actually find out in the episode, which I like, because I'm kind of like, that's kind of weird. But basically, they, and then Nancy's like, I'm in the shower. He's like, oh, he blushes a little bit. He's a beautiful woman. And he's like, oh, okay, but hurry up. I need to ask my questions. They, escape through the exit. They go through like a garage on a motorcycle. They go out, and he calls Remy. It's like midnight or something. He's like, Remy, I need your help. And he's like, oh, Cricket. Oh, but no, actually, he's like, oh, it's about time someone called me at 3 a.m. Remy Remington speaking. He's like, Remy, I need your help. Oh, Cricket, I can't wait for you. I always wanted you to call me around 3 a.m. It's my dream. He's like, we're ready to put your dream in action. Yeah, I need you to look up through like the news and see if you find any missing animals. We need to put the animals back. And it's cool we got to get to see Remy again. That's pretty cool. And and basically, and like okay, I'm on it. We get back to the B plot where Bill's having nightmares, and Till's like, I got a tattoo. It's on my face. It's a unicorn. Oh, and Cricket's like, I'm gonna do wheelies on Mom's motorcycle. And she's like, no, goodbye forever. He's like, no. He's like sleeping. His eyes are closed. He's still sleeping. Cricket, Tilly. He's like, Tilly, and he's holding a cat, their cat. He's like, Cricket, and he's like holding the lamp. He's like, wait, you're not Cricket. And he's like, oh, Cricket, he's holding like knives. Oh my goodness. Let's turn on some music. He puts on a blender. Let's put on some lights. He turns on the oven. It's a flammable oven. Dangerous. And obviously, thank goodness, Alice wakes up and she's like, Bill, what are you doing? He's like, oh my goodness. And he's like, Bill, I told you, you're worried about the kids. He's like, no, that's preposterous. I'm just a little bit worried, but I'm not too worried. And he's like, and he's like, I'm sure everything's fine. He's putting on his coat, and Alice is like, why put on a coat then? Can a man not put a coat in his own house? And he grabs his keys. Why you pick up your keys? He's already in the truck. Get in the truck. I'm just gonna swing by there, okay? Okay, sure. And then, basically, and Cricket's talking to Remy. Remy's like, you got a workload ahead of you guys. There's a turtle, not that too much trouble, but he's on right side up, and he needs to be flipped over. There's monkeys at the airport. There's a lion terrorizing a clown on a unicycle. There's a giraffe, was eating salad or something. There's so much stuff going on. Oh, there's birds everywhere. Oh wait, it's at that what was it? Seafood restaurant that they got banned from. You gotta go there. And he's like, okay, let's go. And you go to each place. They go to the dance party. They flip over the turtle. They skip over the lion. Because, oh my goodness, dangerous. There's the couple that and was in Barracuda where, I think they were also in Phil Bill. I think. I'm not sure of anywhere else, but I'm pretty sure they were in both of those. And Cricket's like, oh yeah, they're friends in the Phil Bill, not the Barracuda episode, because Cricket just doesn't understand. I'm sure Tilly and Nancy do. He's like, oh, at least someone appreciates my salad, Terry, because the giraffe is eating it. He's like, just toss over the salad to us so the giraffe can go away. Just let me have this. But he grudgingly hands over the salad. They go to a robot person, and the lion's attracted to the light, and it follows it. And it doesn't eat the mime, thank goodness. The clown, I mean. They get some bananas, go from the airport, and go to the airport, get the monkeys. There was a monkey terrorizing guy that got in a stretcher. He's like, I'm not crazy, because there was a monkey interrogating him. Oh my, like terrorizing him. I mean, oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. What else? And basically, Bill and Alice is like, they're not here, and then the door is knocked on. Sorry, I forgot another part. Officer Keys, he's like, Nancy, where are you? And poof, he just knocks down the door. Oh my goodness. He's like, a cigarette exit. Nancy Green, you're in the red. He's after her. And Bill and Alice is like, he's like, we gotta go after the kids and Nancy. Because I was like, aha, I told you I was right. We don't. They're hanging out with ex-criminal. They can be in danger. The kids could be in danger. I know, Mom. We gotta go. And basically they're driving off, and Bill's like, oh, we'll go to 3rd Street, go to 4th Avenue, we'll go around, and Alice is reminiscing. I remember holding baby Tilly in my hands. Oh, sweet precious angel. And Bill's like, Mom, we're gonna find them. And maybe they're just having midnight ice cream. And I was like, yeah, maybe just a misunderstanding and just having ice cream. And you see this, Nancy, on a motorcycle, getting away from the police, because another scene I forgot, sorry, so much, where Nancy gets stopped by the police, and Nancy hands them Cricket and the monkey, get all the rest of the animals, the elephants, everything, back to the zoo. But we don't want you to get in trouble. Cricket Green, you listen to your mother. And they do what she says, and Nancy, jumps over the police cars, and they're after her. And then Bill's like, was that Nancy? Alice is like, yep. Being chased from the police. Alice is like, yep. And they obviously go after them. And and then what was it? Nancy's like, I'm not going back to jail. And he's like, that's for the judge to decide. And soon, and when my night classes are over, will be me. When he gets to taking night classes, and he's like, there's nowhere to run. Just turn yourself in. And Nancy has kind of face on how I'm gonna get out of this. They go back to the zoo, help Tilly put the last animal, the turtle, and they close the cage. And he's like, okay, time to go to the cop cars, to the downtown to the station. All of you. He has tight handcuffs. And Nancy's like, no, Officer Keys, Just me. Leave my kids out of this. I did it. I released all the animals. Just leave my kids out of this. And obviously he's like, that sounds like a confession to me. And, and Cricket's like, no, we just got her back. And Cricket's like, no. She did not release the animals. We did. And Nancy's like, Cricket, be quiet. And he's like, oh, she didn't even know about it. Until it's like, yeah, we were just trying to impress her. And Cricket's like, yeah, we were trying to impress her, and it got out of hand. And he's like, officer, if loving your mother too much is a crime, then lock me up. Until it's me too, and they have their hands out like this, and and they're both crying. Nancy goes down to them. Hey, you two, look at me. You can never impress me more than who you are today. Well, no, that's not what she said. She said, like, you never have to worry about impressing me. Right, sorry. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. And I need to be better too. And I'll hug it out. Thank you. That's why she was like, why does she not want Cricket to be like her? She wants to be better, and she wants her kids to be better. Yeah, the balance. The adults can learn, and the kids can learn. Hey, that's cool. And and then obviously he's, oh, you just remind us how important family is. And there's one league officer's like, what about the animals? And up. And the cop is like, isn't that for the jury to decide? They'll let them go. He's like, it's resolved. Excuse me. Even though I'm glad they're not arrested, so it's not the officer called to do that, really. So, And then Alice and Bill show up in the truck. It's like, Bill's like, oh my goodness, the police is giving Nancy a thumbs up. And Alice is like, and Bill's like, yeah, I don't understand. And Alice is like, Nancy helping the police? That doesn't sound like her. And Bill's like, I was right. I was right to trust Nancy. You kind of were. It was the kids who snuck out. And he's like, and Alice is like, yeah, I guess you were. And and Bill's like, yes, in your face, Ma. Oh, there was nothing. And Alice is like, good. I'm just glad the kids are alive. And Bill's like, there was nothing. There wasn't anything to worry about. And Alice is like, whatever. And Cricket's like, are we gonna tell Dad about this? She's like, never. And that's the end of the episode. I give it an 8 out of 10. This was a great episode. 80%. So another another big character episode, first big character episode hasn't failed. And I like that. So this is a great episode. 80%. And everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys later today, possibly for Big City Greens Season 1, Episode 22, called Harvest Dinner. It's the first half, and then Winner Winner is the second half. Okay? Bye.